The story begins with a human teacher arriving on a dangerous planet. The air feels heavy, the ground is rough, and strange plants are scattered around. The human steps off a transport ship, looking calm and relaxed, even though the planet is clearly dangerous. Meanwhile, a group of alien students stands nearby, looking nervous and confused. They glance at each other, unsure of what to expect. The human smiles as they walk toward the group. "Welcome to your new classroom," the human says, pointing to the wild landscape around them. "First lesson, survival isn't a choice here. But don't worry, humans are pretty good at it." One of the alien students, tall and blue-skinned, raises a hand. "You're a Deathworlder, right? How can your kind live on places like this?" The human laughs. "Oh, this place." The teacher waves a hand at the deadly surroundings. "This is easy compared to Earth. On my home planet, we've got creatures that can destroy cities, oceans that flood whole towns, and volcanoes that burn everything around them. This planet, just another challenge." The aliens stare in disbelief, unsure if the human is being serious. One of the shorter aliens, who looks more logical and cautious, speaks up. "You seem very comfortable here. How can you teach us to survive if this planet is so dangerous?" The human nods, still smiling. "That's because humans are used to tough places. We adapt. We learn quickly. We get stronger." The human looks around at the group. "And by the time we're done here, you will too." The aliens fall silent, thinking about the teacher's words. Some look doubtful, unsure if a human can really help them. Others look curious, wondering if they might learn something important after all. The human continues, speaking more seriously now. "I know what you're thinking. You come from places where survival means following rules, using technology, and sticking to what you know. But this planet, it doesn't care about your rules. It doesn't care how smart or advanced your species is. Everything here is trying to kill you. The only way to stay alive is to adapt, think fast, and not panic when things go wrong. Because they will go wrong." One of the aliens lets out a small, nervous laugh. "So we're supposed to become like you, a Deathworlder?" The human shrugs and grins, something like that. "But don't worry, I'll guide you. You'll survive if you're willing to learn." The aliens start to relax a little, though they still seem unsure. The human notices this and adds, "Trust me, by the end of this, you'll be glad I'm here to teach you. You'll thank me when you're still alive." With that, the human turns and begins leading the group deeper into the dangerous landscape. The first lesson is not about tools or technology. It's about how to survive in a deadly world by thinking like a human. As they walk, the human gives one final warning. Lesson number 1, never trust this planet. It'll try to kill you the moment you let your guard down. The group follows, knowing this is just the beginning of their tough survival training. The group moves deeper into the wild, the landscape becoming even more dangerous. Strange sounds echo in the distance, and the ground seems to shift beneath their feet. The human teacher stops and turns to the group of alien students. "All right, time for your first real lesson," the human says, looking around at the rough terrain. "On a planet like this, the most important thing to remember is that nothing stays the same for long. You have to expect the unexpected. Whether it's a sudden storm, a wild animal, or even the ground under your feet, this place is full of surprises." One of the alien students, a small creature with sharp eyes, frowns. "But shouldn't we rely on technology? We have tools for tracking weather and detecting dangers." The human shakes their head. "Technology's great, but it can fail. The planet doesn't care about your gadgets. It'll change faster than you can react. You need to be ready at all times, trust your instincts, and learn to adapt quickly." As if on cue, a low growling sound comes from the bushes nearby. The group freezes, eyes wide with fear. The human calmly raises a hand, signaling them to stay still. "Watch and learn," the human whispers. Suddenly, a creature the size of a small vehicle leaps from the bushes. Its skin is covered in spikes, and it has sharp, glowing eyes. The alien students panic, stumbling backward in terror, but the human remains calm. Without missing a beat, the human grabs a rock and throws it toward the creature, hitting a nearby tree. The loud noise distracts the creature, which turns away and bolts into the trees, disappearing as quickly as it appeared. The aliens are speechless, still trying to catch their breath. One of them, looking pale, stammers, "How did you know that would work?" The human shrugs, still relaxed. Creatures like that are sensitive to sound. They're predators, but they don't like loud noises. It's not about fighting them head-on. It's about knowing how to outsmart them. The human looks at the group, a slight smile playing on their lips. That's why I said you have to think on your feet. You never know what's coming next. One of the taller aliens, clearly shaken, asks, "What if the next creature doesn't run away? What do we do then?" The human looks thoughtful for a moment, then replies, "Then you stay calm, think fast, and do whatever it takes to survive. Panic is your enemy. If you panic, you're already dead." The group is silent, taking in the seriousness of the situation. They realize now that survival on this planet is going to be harder than they thought. One of the students, the one who mentioned technology earlier, finally speaks up. "I didn't think it would be like this. I thought we'd just use our tools and sensors to avoid danger." The human shakes their head. "That's the thing about a place like this. It's not just dangerous, it's unpredictable. You can't plan for everything. The only thing you can do is be ready for anything." There's a pause as the students exchange uneasy glances. Some of them still look doubtful, but others seem to be realizing the importance of what the human is teaching them. They're starting to understand that survival here isn't about strength or even intelligence. It's about adaptability. "All right," the human says, breaking the silence. "Let's keep moving. Stay alert and remember, expect the unexpected. The moment you think you're safe, that's when this planet will catch you off guard." The group follows, a little more nervous now, but paying closer attention. They've just learned their first lesson. Survival on this planet means never letting your guard down. The human leads them onward, ready for whatever comes next, while the aliens begin to understand that surviving here is going to be a constant battle against the unpredictable. As the group continues their journey, tension starts to build among the alien students. The humans' easygoing attitude toward the dangers of the planet seems to bother some of them, especially after the encounter with the predator. One of the aliens, a tall, proud creature with silver scales, speaks up, clearly frustrated. "This doesn't make sense," they say. "In my world, we survive by controlling our environment, not by running around hoping to react fast enough. We have advanced technology. Why aren't we using it?" The human stops and turns to face them, looking calm but serious. "Technology is great," the human replies. "But here, it can only help you so much. This planet doesn't care about your tools. When everything is unpredictable, your instincts and your ability to adapt are what keep you alive." The silver-scaled alien crosses their arms, still unconvinced. "But why should we follow your methods? Just because humans survive in harsh places doesn't mean it's the best way. My people have survived for centuries using technology and order. This chaotic way of thinking is reckless." Several of the other aliens murmur in agreement. It's clear that a divide is forming in the group. Some of the students are beginning to trust the humans' methods, but others, like the silver-scaled alien, are resistant. They are used to structure, control, and relying on advanced systems to stay safe, not the quick, instinctual approach the human is teaching. Sensing the rising tension, the human steps forward, their expression calm but firm. "I get it. You come from worlds where things are predictable, where you have systems in place to control what happens around you. But look around. This place doesn't follow your rules. You can't control this planet. You can only adapt to it." The silver-scaled alien narrows their eyes. "Maybe your way works for humans, but we're not like you. We have different ways of surviving. You can't expect us to throw all that away just because you say so." The human nods slowly, as if considering their words. "You're right. You're not like me. Your species is different, and that's okay. But here's the thing. You're on this planet now, and this planet doesn't care who you are or where you're from. It's going to challenge you in ways you've never experienced before." The group falls silent, the weight of the human's words hanging in the air. Some of the aliens look conflicted, caught between their respect for their own cultures and the reality of the dangerous planet they're on. The human looks directly at the silver-scaled alien. "Look, I'm not asking you to throw away everything you know, but you need to understand that survival here means being flexible. Relying only on what you know from back home could get you killed." The silver-scaled alien glares but doesn't respond immediately. It's clear that they are still resistant, unwilling to fully accept the human's teachings. The other aliens watch the exchange closely, unsure of who to side with. Suddenly, the ground beneath them begins to rumble, and cracks start forming around them. The group looks down in shock as the ground gives way, revealing a deep pit filled with razor-sharp rocks. Panic erupts as the aliens scramble to get to safety. The human reacts quickly, grabbing a vine from a nearby tree and throwing it to the group. "Grab hold!" they shout. The silver-scaled alien hesitates, still uncertain, but one by one, the others grab the vine and are pulled to safety. The human pulls them up with a mixture of strength and careful planning, while the alien students stare in awe at how quickly the human assessed the situation. Once everyone is safe, the silver-scaled alien, now breathing heavily, looks at the human in silence. For a moment, no one speaks. The human, breathing just as hard but still calm, looks at them and says, "That's what I'm talking about. There was no time for technology to save you. No time for planning. You needed to act, right then and there." The silver-scaled alien looks down, clearly humble but still conflicted. They don't say anything, but it's clear that something has changed. The other aliens, now more convinced, start to look at the human with a mix of respect and curiosity. The divide isn't fully gone, but the group is starting to see the value in what the human has been teaching. As they continue on their journey, the tension still lingers, but the aliens are beginning to realize that on this unpredictable planet, survival isn't just about technology or planning. It's about being ready for anything, and that's something the human understands better than anyone. As the group moves further into the planet's harsh landscape, the tension from earlier disagreements is still there, but the aliens remain alert. The human leads the way, carefully scanning the surroundings, aware that this is the type of environment where things can change without warning. The air is thick, and the strange plants around them release odd, pulsing lights. There's an eerie silence hanging over everything, making everyone uneasy. Suddenly, the ground begins to shake violently. The group stumbles as the tremors grow stronger. The human's voice cuts through the chaos, calm, urgent. "Stay together. Don't panic." Before anyone can respond, the earth splits open in front of them, and out of the crack bursts a massive, terrifying creature. It's covered in thick, armored plates, and has multiple glowing eyes that lock onto the group. The beast lets out a deafening roar, and its long, spiked tail lashes dangerously through the air. Panic sets in among the alien students. Several of them freeze in place, staring wide-eyed at the monster. The silver-scaled alien, still somewhat resistant to the human's teachings, takes a step back, clearly unsure of what to do. "Run!" someone shouts, but the human shakes their head. "Running won't help. It's faster than us. We need to outsmart it." The creature charges toward them, and the human quickly scans the environment. "Everyone, follow my lead," they shout, without hesitation. The human grabs a piece of equipment from their pack, some kind of reflective metal, and throws it toward the creature. The object hits a nearby rock and makes a loud, clanging sound. The creature pauses, distracted by the noise. Taking advantage of the momentary confusion, the human yells, "Scatter! Find cover! But stay low!" The group breaks apart, running for the nearby rocks and trees. The human keeps their eyes on the creature, calculating its movements. The beast, now enraged, begins smashing through the environment, tearing through the trees and boulders with ease. One of the alien students, a small and agile one, panics and makes a run for it, breaking away from the group. The creature notices instantly and turns toward them. The human spots this and yells out, "Stop! Get down!" But the alien doesn't listen, too scared to stop. The creature charges after them, closing in fast. Without thinking, the human sprints after the alien, shouting, "Stay still, trust me." The alien finally freezes in terror, crouching down. The creature charges, but just as it reaches them, the human throws another piece of reflective metal at the creature's feet. The loud sound causes the beast to skid to a halt, confused once more by the noise. Seizing the opportunity, the human pulls the alien to safety behind a rock. "I told you not to panic," the human says breathlessly. "Outsmart it. Don't just run." The alien, shaking with fear, nods. "I didn't think. I was scared." "I get it," the human says, calming them down. "But being scared can get you killed here. You have to keep your head in the game." Meanwhile, the silver-scaled alien watches the human closely from behind a boulder. Their earlier resistance fades as they see the human's quick thinking and bravery in action. It's clear that, for all their doubts, the human's methods are keeping them alive. The creature roars again, this time more frustrated. The human quickly motions for the group to stay quiet and hidden. After a tense few moments, the creature, unable to locate them, eventually turns and stomps off into the distance, its heavy footsteps shaking the ground as it disappears. For a moment, there is complete silence. The group slowly emerges from their hiding spots, shaken but unharmed. The air is thick with relief. The human looks at the group, panting from the effort, but still in control. "That," they say, pointing in the direction the creature went, "is why you don't panic. It's not about running away or fighting. Sometimes it's just about thinking smarter than whatever's trying to kill you." The silver-scaled alien steps forward, looking at the human with a new sense of respect. I was wrong," they admit, their voice quieter than before. "I didn't think your way made sense, but you were right. Without you, we wouldn't have survived that." The human gives them a small nod. Surviving here isn't easy, and it's not always about strength or technology. It's about thinking fast and staying calm, even when everything around you is trying to kill you. The group regains their composure, still processing the danger they just faced. The human looks around at the students, the tension from earlier now replaced with a sense of unity. "All right," the human says, standing up straighter. "Let's keep moving. Stay sharp and remember, panic gets you killed." As they continue on, the aliens are quieter but more focused, understanding now that survival on this deadly planet will take more than just their old ways of thinking. The human leads the way, the respect of the group now fully earned. After the intense encounter with the deadly creature, the group finds a temporary place of safety, a small rocky outcrop that offers some shelter from the unpredictable dangers of the planet. The air is still heavy, and the alien students are visibly exhausted, both mentally and physically. As they sit down to catch their breath, the mood shifts from the earlier tension to something more reflective. The human teacher sits with the group, scanning the horizon for any signs of danger. One of the smaller aliens, who had been the most frightened during the crisis, breaks the silence. "I don't understand how you do it," they say, looking at the human. "How are you so calm? You didn't even flinch when that thing attacked." The human smiles gently, clearly understanding the alien's confusion. "It's not that I wasn't scared," they explain. "Fear is normal. But on a planet like this, fear has to work for you, not against you. I've learned over time that when everything is trying to kill you, staying calm is the only way to stay alive. The aliens listen closely, their earlier skepticism fading as they begin to realize the value of the human's experience. The silver-scaled alien, who had been the most resistant, speaks up next. Back on my planet, we control everything. We build cities that are perfect, where nothing unpredictable happens. We plan for everything. But here, they pause, searching for the right words. Here, it's chaos. I didn't understand how you could handle it, but now I see why you survive. You're always ready for what's next, even when you can't control it. The human nods. That's right. Control is nice when you can have it, but on a planet like this, you can't rely on things staying the same. Earth is the same way. We got deserts, jungles, frozen wastelands, and even the calmest places can turn deadly in an instant. Growing up on Earth teaches you that you have to adapt, or you won't make it. The group falls into thoughtful silence. The human's words begin to sink in, and the aliens start to see the world, and the human, in a new light. They had arrived on this planet with their own methods and expectations, but now they realize that the human's adaptability is what truly gives them an edge in such a dangerous environment. One of the aliens, a quiet and observant one, asks, "Is that why humans are called Deathworlders? Because your planet is so dangerous?" The human chuckles softly. "Yeah, that's part of it. Earth is a tough place, and we've had to get tough to survive it. But it's not just about being from a dangerous world. It's about how we deal with danger. We don't just survive. We thrive in it. We learn from it. We adapt. And we get stronger." There's a moment of reflection. The alien students exchange glances, the earlier tension between them and the human melting away. Even the silver-scaled alien seems more at ease, their earlier arrogance replaced with a quiet respect. The human then shares a personal story, offering a glimpse into their own background. "When I was a kid, I lived near a mountain range. We'd have earthquakes all the time, sometimes so strong they'd knock down houses. But instead of fearing it, my family taught me how to be ready, how to make plans, how to react when things started shaking. It wasn't about stopping the earthquakes, it was about surviving them." The aliens listen closely, drawn in by the human's story. It's clear now that their teacher isn't just someone who survives out of luck. They've been shaped by a lifetime of facing danger and learning from it. The mood begins to lighten. One of the aliens, the smallest and most curious, pipes up with a hint of humor. "So, after all this, does that mean we're honorary Deathworlders now?" The human laughs, a genuine sound that breaks the tension. "You're getting there," they say with a grin. "Survive a few more days on this planet, and you might just earn the title." The group laughs together, the sense of camaraderie growing stronger. The bond between the human and the alien students has shifted. No longer are they just a group of scared beings trying to survive. They are starting to trust each other, realizing that their different experiences and backgrounds might actually make them stronger as a team. As they prepare to move on, the silver-scaled alien stands beside the human and speaks with sincerity. "I was wrong to doubt you. I thought I knew better because of where I come from. But you've shown us that sometimes the only way to survive is to let go of what we think we know and learn something new." The human places a hand on their shoulder. "It's not easy, but that's the key to surviving places like this. You have to learn fast, adapt, and work together." With that, the group begins to pack up and continue their journey, but now the mood is lighter. There's a sense of unity that wasn't there before. The aliens no longer see the human as just a strange Deathworlder with unfamiliar methods. They see them as a leader who has earned their trust. As they move forward into the unknown, they are stronger, not just because of what the human has taught them, but because they've begun to truly understand the importance of adaptability, trust, and resilience in a world where nothing can be predicted. The group has grown closer, more confident in their abilities and in the humans' teachings, but they know that the planet is still full of surprises. The human leads them deeper into the wild, their expressions calm but watchful. The aliens are more focused now, their earlier doubts replaced with a quiet determination. The humans stop suddenly, scanning the area. "This is it," they say, pointing to a narrow path leading through a rocky canyon. "The final test. To make it through here, you'll need everything you've learned so far. The terrain is unstable, the weather can turn on us at any moment, and there's a good chance the local wildlife is watching us right now. But if we work together, we can get through this." The aliens exchange nervous glances, but this time there's no panic. They trust the human now, and they trust themselves. The silver-scaled alien steps forward, looking determined. "We're ready," they say. "Tell us what we need to do." The human nods, impressed by their resolve. "First, stay close and watch the ground. The rocks are unstable, and if you're not careful, you could fall. Second, keep an eye on the sky. If you see any dark clouds, let me know immediately. Storms here can hit without warning, and we don't want to get caught in one." As the group moves carefully through the canyon, the ground beneath their feet shifts and crumbles in places. The human takes the lead, demonstrating how to step lightly and avoid loose rocks. The aliens follow, mimicking the human's movements with growing confidence. The silver-scaled alien, who had once doubted the human, takes on the leadership role, helping guide the others. Suddenly, the wind picks up, and dark clouds begin to gather overhead. One of the aliens, the smallest and most observant, calls out, "Storm clouds. They're coming fast." The human glances up, their expression serious. "All right, change of plans. We need to find shelter and fast. Look for a cave or an overhang, anything that can protect us from the storm." The group springs into action, scanning the canyon walls. The silver-scaled alien spots a narrow cave entrance a short distance away. "There," they shout. "We can take shelter there." The group rushes toward the cave, but just as they reach it, the ground beneath one of the aliens crumbles, sending them tumbling down a steep slope. The human reacts instantly, sliding down after them and grabbing hold of a nearby rock to stop their fall. "Hold on," the human shouts, pulling the alien to safety. Breathing heavily, the rescued alien looks up at the human, gratitude in their eyes. "Thank you. I thought I was done for." The human smiles, helping them back to their feet. "We're not done yet. Let's get to that cave before the storm hits." With the human's help, the group makes it to the cave just as the first drops of rain begin to fall. Inside, they huddle together, listening to the howling wind and the thunder rumbling outside. The storm hits with full force, lightning flashing and rain pouring down in sheets, but the group is safe. As they catch their breath, the human turns to them, their expression proud. "You did it," they say. "You worked together, you stayed calm, and you made it through. This is exactly what I've been trying to teach you. On a planet like this, it's not about who's the strongest or who has the best technology. It's about thinking on your feet, adapting to whatever's thrown at you, and trusting each other." The silver-scaled alien, who had taken charge during the crisis, nods in agreement. "We've learned more than just survival skills here. We've learned that sometimes we need to let go of control and trust in others. Your way, human adaptability. It's not just about staying alive. It's about becoming stronger as a team." The human looks at the group, a smile forming on their face. "Exactly. Now you're starting to think like Deathworlders." There's a moment of quiet pride among the group. The storm rages outside, but inside the cave they feel a sense of accomplishment. They faced the planet together, and they've come out stronger for it. One of the younger aliens speaks up, their voice filled with admiration. "So, what happens next? Do we keep learning?" The human chuckles. "Surviving on a planet like this is a never-ending lesson, but you've got the basics now. You've proven that you can handle the worst this place can throw at you. The rest? Well, that's up to you. As the storm begins to calm, the group prepares to move out again. They no longer look like a group of scared, uncertain students. They look like a team. Each one of them has grown, not just in skill, but in understanding. They've learned what it truly means to survive on a deadly planet, and they've earned the humans' respect. The human leads them out of the cave, casting a final glance back at the stormy horizon. Remember, they say with a grin, this planet never stops trying to kill you. But now you know how to fight back. With a renewed sense of purpose, the group sets off into the unknown, ready for whatever challenges lie ahead. They faced the worst together, and now they're ready to thrive in a world where survival is anything but guaranteed. As they walk, the humans' final words echo in their minds. Stay ready. Because on a planet like this, survival is the ultimate test, and you just passed with flying colours. They came here unsure, divided, and unprepared. But now, after facing the impossible, they've learned one truth. Survival isn't just about strength or technology. It's about adapting, trusting, and thinking fast when everything around you is falling apart. The question is, can you do the same? Because on this deadly planet, the test never really ends. The next challenge could be waiting right around the corner. Will they survive what's coming next, or will the planet finally win? Stay tuned, because in a place like this, the only guarantee is that nothing is guaranteed.